I've been waking up much earlier since I've been here. I'm an 8 o'clock in the morning kind of girl, but I've been waking up around 7. So it's now before 9 o'clock and I'm walking up to the local co-op and post office because I sold that eBay item that I brought with me. So that was worth it. Or should I say resold it. And then there's a cheap milk deal in co-op which I'm going to pick up. So let's just come into the village now and do my errands. Right, posting done. No milk at the co-op. I don't think it's a brand that one does, but not to worry. Really busy at the shops this morning, and I forgot I was right in the middle of the school run, so all the parents who dropped their kids off were gathering for their morning natters before they head home for the day. It's nice to see that shopping centre so well used. It was the hub of the village when I was a kid. But it's fallen into rack and ruin and been neglected over the years. But it still has vital resources like the post office. There's a couple of takeaways, no banks anymore, all those resources have now gone. I'm heading home the long way via the meadow, get my steps in, and while the weather's still cool because the temperatures are going to shoot up again. I've got a couple more days because it's going to start raining at the weekend, although it's not going to be cold. But man, did everything need it. The meadow looks spectacular, as it should do. They've let it grow, they leave it as a meadow, so it just grows wild grasses and flowers and it does its own thing. But I think it is managed. Have a look at this. We're really lucky to have these pockets of countryside on the doorstep. When I'm back home, although there are nice places to go, you have to walk for 20 minutes on really busy, horrible roads in the process. So it kind of takes the edge off it. You get all messed up before you get there, and then you get to enjoy the greenery, and then all the good work is undone. But here I'm making the most of it. My last week and a half. Look at those bushes. That's sloes. Look at all the flowers. That means loads of sloe berries this winter. I picked a load last year, didn't know what to do with them. Well, not a load, a few. Didn't know what to do with them. So I stuck them in the freezer and they're still there. I'm not going to make sloe gin because I still have to pay all that money for the gin. So I'm probably going to take them out when I get back because I need to create some freezer space. And if I simmer them down with some sugar and then get the stones out, I should be able to make some syrup or some jam or something. Look at this. I don't know what that is, but it's beautiful. hear that bird up there? I think that's a black cap. Forgotten what an amazing songbird the black cap is. Really secretive little birds, but you can really hear them. And he's giving it his all, that one. I know what tree he's in. But you won't see him. An amazing song. Those little songbirds you get in musical boxes. That's what that sounds like. Meadow is on a slope. So I'm at the top, getting a lovely breeze, and I'm walking the perimeter, and then I'm going to come back through the ancient woodland with all the lovely old yew trees. Then I'm going to go home. June's been a weird month of kind of in-betweens on things, and I haven't had lots to do. I mean, I've been busy while I've been down here, like doing some product shoots and stuff like that, but it's felt less hectic from almost a money-saving point of view. I've not been going to the shops because I can't get to any efficiently, and there's not been any deals around, and I haven't really needed to fill up the cupboards yet. I set myself a challenge when I came down, the 21-day food challenge. So my aim was to not buy any food for my own use while I was down here, and just to systematically go through what my parents had left in their cupboards and fridge, which was what it was there for. They don't expect me to go and buy my own food. I did that once, and Mum came back and was mortified. There were things she bought for me to eat I hadn't eaten because I felt that I had to buy my own food. So I don't do that anymore. But before they come back, I will go to the shops and restock their cupboards for them, so that, you know, for at least, hopefully a week, Mum doesn't have to go and troll around the shops, because she hates that. So I've got a week and a half to go before I head home. It'll be a week, I think a week today, until my parents get home. So I've got to make what's left in the cupboards last another week. Most stuff, that's fine. I'm running short on sweet stuff and snacks, which is good, because if they're there, I eat them. If they're not there, I just don't eat them, and I need to not eat them. So when they're all gone, I shall be happy, and then I shall only replenish for my parents. Not that they're massive snackers by any stretch of the imagination. There's a little bit of veg left. I'm just going to have to be clever with that. But going back to doing my main meal at lunchtime has been really beneficial, because it stopped me snacking in the afternoon. Right, leaving the meadow now. heading into the darkness now. Darkness of the forest. Well, it's not really a forest, is it? Not big enough to be a forest. It's cool in here. I'm not going to take the full loop here today. There's a path halfway up the middle and then I can walk home from there. So yeah, the 21-day food challenge. I'm still finding a couple of things at the back of the fridge which should have been eaten a long time ago. There's a block of cheese, still edible. Some salted caramel chocolate which has been, well, I remember eating it around about Christmas time and it had a December 2022 use by on it. And it's been at the back of the fridge all that time. I think it's well and truly been forgotten. But it looked all right, so I'm going to eat it. That'll be my little treat once all the other treats have gone. I'm thinking about doing a sugar detox, and you know, for a week. A week's probably not long enough, but let's say a week of just not having anything with sugar in it. That's a J. I don't know whether it's beneficial. I've missed the path. I have to go back. I don't know whether it's going to be beneficial, but I would like to eat less sugar. I think it's the only thing I'd really like to cut back on. I think apart from that I have quite a balanced diet. And I don't eat tons of sugar. You know, I have my emergency snack bag, but I don't dip into it all the time. It's more of a winter thing. But in summer, like, I was hardly going into it at all since the weather's been nicer, like since, I don't know, April time. There's a nuthatch. Well, there's the path. Where's the entrance to it? I'll go through here. Yeah, so I might do a kind of a sugar detox. See how I get on. I heard they're not nice. You get withdrawal symptoms because sugar, like most other things that we consume as human beings, are addictive. And you can get withdrawal symptoms. Gosh, I shouldn't have come this way. Ow, brambles. Okay, it's lunchtime. Here is my food challenge for the next week. I have this number of green beans. So broccoli, one stem of that one left. We have 3 carrots, the remains of a regular broccoli, and a quarter of an onion. We also have potatoes, some potatoes in there. Various things to use up, or some to use up, not everything. The rest of the situation is fine. There's lots of pasta, there's all kinds of meat and fish, there's tinned tomatoes, tomato sauces, all sorts of things. So it's not like I'm going to starve to death anytime soon, but it gives me a week to be weirdly creative with what I cook and see how we get on. Whilst lunch is slowly simmering, lunch looking like this, all very nice. Dessert and snack wise, we have some yogurts, there's cheese. What else do I have here? There's a couple of things in the cupboard. There's the remains of a piece of lemon drizzle cake. There's biscuits for cheese. There is 1 Sicilian cannelloni, one of those little treat, sweet type versions, and 1 Mr. Kipling Bramley apple pie. There's also some white bread, not a lot, and half a bag of sour cream and chive hummus crisps by Eat Real. So that, apart from what's lurking in the freezer, which is main meal stuff, but nothing in terms of, I don't think there's anything in terms of vegetables. There might be some peas, packets of peas and things in there, which will be fine. That is the challenge for the next week. I'm not sure it's going to last, because a week is a long time. So we'll see how we get on. I like an eating challenge, I have to say. That's always fun. So this is how today's lunch looks. I forgot to mention there is a sausage in there. I took 1 sausage out of the freezer, and there were the remains of a sauce, tomato sauce in the fridge, which I mix up with water and then let it simmer, and that's a perfectly decent lunch.